Hi, I'm Andy Durazo, and today I have Dr. Vartanian. She's in charge of our addiction studies program here at East Los Angeles College. It is part of our psychology program, and she's here to talk to us about, like I said, addiction studies. Could you please tell us what's going on in your department?
Absolutely, Andy. Thank you. We have the Addiction Studies program at East Los Angeles College. It involves taking 10 classes and 2 internships, and then you're eligible for certification by the state to become a substance abuse counselor. And that would be counseling individuals who are struggling with addiction, either in outpatient facilities or residential treatment centers.
So, how long does it take? I mean, do you need the AA degree?
You don't need an AA degree. That's one of the benefits of this program. You need a certificate. And it is 10 classes and 2 internships. Taking classes 3 a semester, it will take you about 2 years to finish. And while you're taking these classes, you can also take classes toward your AA. But to secure employment, you do not need an AA degree. In fact, the way we have our program structured, you can take 3 classes and earn a certificate as a prevention specialist. With that certificate, you can secure employment. You take an additional 3 classes, you become a recovery specialist, and with that, you can also secure employment. And then an additional 4 classes and 2 internships, and you're an addiction counselor. But along the way, you can earn certificates and secure employment.
So, what is the job market like?
Oh my goodness. It's anticipated to increase 8% every year, the openings. This pandemic has not been kind to the world of addiction. And every day I am receiving emails asking for students to work at treatment centers. There are so many jobs. And if you are bilingual, that is even a plus. If you are fluent in American Sign Language, that is definitely a plus.
What do these jobs pay?
If you are an addiction counselor, the pay usually is between $20 to $23 an hour starting. If you're bilingual, that will definitely increase. Also, your experience matters as well.
What types of addictions do we deal with here? Or, do we
In
just
Los
deal with
Angeles?
no with the at the college, or is it more general? Like, are we only talking about alcohol and drugs, or what about gambling and other addictions that are out there as well?
Right. So we're teaching people about addiction. Now, addiction is a behavior, but we're looking at behind what's behind that behavior. And that's going to be consistent with any of the addictions. We teach our students about all the addictions, whether it's internet or sex or gambling, with social media, alcohol and drugs. The students leave our program with a very rich knowledge about all of these addictions. And in fact, at several of the conferences, our program has been acknowledged for the way that we train our students. They really leave this program with a great knowledge about the world of addiction, the behavior, and the psychological issues behind the addiction.
Okay. Does first of all, do we offer an AA in addiction studies?
We don't yet. We do have an AA in psychology, and some of the classes that you take for the addiction studies program, like Psych 1, abnormal psychology, group dynamics, those classes can all be used for your AA in psychology. But at this point, we don't have an AA in addiction studies.
How about the classes? Are the classes transferable?
Most of them are CSU transferable, yes.
So they can get 2 years into the Cal States or the UCs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they are some of them under electives. Excuse me. But they are transferable. So we really work with students to help them make that pathway to university. Although it's a certificate and they can get a good job with the certificate, we really encourage people to continue. But here's the thing. A lot of times people are afraid of college. And this is a great way if you have not been in college for a while, but you have a passion for helping people and you think, psychology is really for me. This is a great way to take a little bite out of your education, little by little. 3 classes, earn a certificate, you can start working in the field. So by the time you've taken the 10 classes and 2 internships, students really understand that they can do college, they can continue. We have a great transfer rate. We have students who are transferring to UCLA and the CSUs, furthering their education in psychology or social work, because you will see addiction in both of those fields.
Yeah, something we were talking about before we got on the air here. You were telling me that if you've been arrested or if you've been had an illegal drug conviction of some sort, that does not stop you from getting work in this field?
No, thank you, Andy, for bringing that up. Yes, absolutely. It does not affect your ability to secure employment. So, regardless of your legal history, whether it's a felony, a misdemeanor, it does not matter. You are able to secure employment in the substance abuse treatment field. And that's really something. In fact, it's almost seen as a plus because you can help people with addiction because maybe you've been there too. You don't have to be in recovery to be in our program. If you are, that is fine. You're able to help clients, and that's the main thing. If you really want to help clients during this very dark stage of their life, leaving the world of addiction and moving into re-entry into society as a person who's not using a substance, you are helping them make that transition. It's a
Wow.
very rewarding job.
Now, those internships, do we have any connections for those internships, or do students have to find them on their own? Where are these internships?
So all of our internships are in the surrounding areas. The one thing about our program, it was founded by Dr. Karen Tabak, and it was founded because there was an increase of use of drugs in the area around East LA College. Community members came to the college and said, "What are you all doing about this addiction problem?" So Dr. Karen Tabak started this program to teach people to become addiction counselors. Well, as we were growing, we started making connections with the community, and they want the ELAC interns. So all of our internships, we have a list and we tell the students, these are the internships that you select. They can work with kids, adolescents, adult, just women, just men, people who are incarcerated, whatever their passion is, we want to help them gain hours and gain experience working with that population. So there is a list of internships that the students select from. And just to let you know, many of the places in the surrounding area, many of the treatment centers will contact us before they take other interns, and they say, we want to give ELAC interns first crack at these openings because they have such respect for our interns.
Wow, that's quite an accomplishment.
It is. Let me also tell you that most of our students are the directors of these programs, most of our graduates. 100%, listen to this, Andy, 100% of our graduates are offered employment. Now, if they take it, that's a different thing, but 100% are offered employment.
Wow, that's a great rate.
It is. It is.
Okay, so I really have one last thing to ask, and that
Okay.
is, it's a question I have asked. It's every other department or division chairman or chairperson, I should say. What makes the addiction studies program at East Los Angeles College just that much better than the rest?
Okay. Maybe it's a lot better. First of all, in order to partake in the internship part, you have to take 10 classes. You have to finish all your classes. Why does that matter? It matters because you have a knowledge of co-occurring disorders, prevention, group dynamics, counseling skills. At other colleges, you can start doing your internship after taking one or two classes. Psych 1, you can go and start helping clients. Our students leave the educational aspect, enter the internship program very prepared. That's why they get offered employment. The other thing, every single one of the professors who are working in the addiction program they're doing this work also. They're also addiction counselors working in the field of addiction. Every one of them have had the experience. So you're being taught by people who actually do this work. That's what makes it better. We take a huge interest in our students, and I'm constantly on the lookout for what other workshops I can offer. In fact, this past semester, we just started the LGBTQ plus affirming substance abuse counselor certification. I want to find out what our students need to make them successful, and I offer that in workshop form. So I think all of those things combined make us that much better than the other programs.
Well, that sounds great. Again, this is Dr. Vartanian. She's in charge of addiction studies here at East Los Angeles College. Any questions, just feel free to get a hold of the addiction studies program, and we will help you get you into the system and get you through. Thank you, Dr. Vartanian, for your time.
Thank you so much.